All right, hey, we are live Sunday evening, and for our last game in this first round of our sort of mega game here, our Grand Prix, we're playing the captain. So if you've seen any of the previous videos, those are the scores we posted so far in these solo rounds of the Grand Prix. Um, Most of the games were pretty good. I'd say, obviously, we had uh, a few low ones there. The White Knight being my fault, entirely. Actually, I apologize to the White Knight and all of his family for getting him killed, overreaching certainly, and getting him killed. So he posts a 0. The Wizard is on top with a 13. But we have a nice sort of spread there between 11.5 and 9. Very, very close, most of these solo games. So let's see how the captain does this evening, and then we got to figure out what to do for the next part of the series. And I have some ideas. Probably going to be a straightforward round, and then we'll go from there for round 2. So here's the map that I drew. Not too bad. The valleys are sort of in this weird position. You'll see right here, and they all sort of dump into one another, or this northwest section, right, with the woods, the mountains, and the ruins. After that, though, you do run into this weird, like, I love this about the map. That's sort of cool, right? What I don't love is once you're done with the ruin, you're effectively going like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have access to you have access to 3 treasure sites, and then the rest of them are essentially behind this ledges. You have to putz through the ledges to get to the rest of the sites. And then some of them are actually quite clunky, right? The cliff blocks the way to the cave. So, oh my god, I don't know. I don't know if this map is like a trap. So you get here, you do these, nothing's up here, and now you're just stuck blowing through. And keep in mind, if the captain hires the guard, he only has 2 weeks to make good on whatever he does. So, God forbid you hire them early and then end up sort of stuck many, many, many moves away from anything useful. So I sort of like this map, and I'm sort of concerned about it. I think what this map is going to be good for is deliveries, pub crawl, things like the challenge, things where you're out of dwelling. And it's going to be bad where things where you have to return to a dwelling, because if you have to go up here and then return to a dwelling, well, you're sort of screwed. All the dwellings are probably up here. So, man, I don't want to turn this map down because it's nice in terms of the valleys giving you that initial bump, and then really bad in terms of the late game. I do worry about that a little bit. Now, the captain starts at what, the inn house or guardhouse, I think. So that gives him some flexibility. But again, you're talking everything's up north anyway. So that's the weird first decision we have to make is, do we take the gamble that we find at least a couple points up here before we have to make the trek? Because if you're going to hire the guard, which is usually the captain's move. I mean, we talked Last game I talked about being in a rut with the sorcerer. Well, guess what? The captain, little ruddy also, which is at some point you sell your breastplate and your helmet, you hire the guard for 2 times price, and you have 2 weeks of kicking ass all over the Magic Realm. So make do with that. Otherwise, he does not like anyone, particularly that shows up at a campfire. So it's pretty much the guard soldiers and patrol that he's got to make do with. And the patrol only shows up at the garrison. So you are talking about 2 halves of this move. Pretty hard. Ugh. Well, I feel rough. I feel like this is a weird risk. I feel like this map is a trap. Now, a lot of good things can appear in the deep woods and the ruins, for sure, and a lot of good things can appear in the midst of all of this. Again, you can get pub crawl, and you can do the pub crawl probably here because you are fairly close. Like right here, you got 3 of these connected, and here's the 4th, and then so they're all connected. So you can do all the garrisons in a heartbeat. It just comes down to once you're done with this northern 3 treasure sites, you then have a run to down here. All right. I think we're going to accept it and hope for the best. Since when does hoping for the best ever get us anywhere in this game? That's a great question. That's a fair question. So where are we at? The guard is down here. We got the rogues, soldiers, and the order. So I think what the captain is going to do, so let's add a player. Let's pull these out here. I think what the captain is going to do is I'm going to spend the first week or so alone trying to quickly scout what is in these 3 clearings. And then we're going to, once that is done, we're going to make a decision as to whether to hire or not. Get the dice out. There they are. And now we will pull all of the tables we got. So we're gonna put. I don't like that, but okay. Don't love that layout, but we'll put all that there. We got that there. Let's get the captain and let's get started. So the captain is a decent fighter. He has great armor, of course. He is a little slower and clunkier than the Amazon, but does sort of make up for it in the fact that he can tend to generate more damage, but he's too slow really to make good on it, if to be honest with you. You can buy a medium weapon. Whatever that medium weapon is, you better have a good timing. For instance, the axe. Well, the axe sort of sucks because it's M5 on one side. Same thing with a broadsword. I think for a medium weapon, you'd almost rather have the mace because it has a time 3 on that side. Yeah, everything else is a little. So these 2 weapons here are a little dicey. What about a spear? What does a spear look like for our guy? Again, so it's untimed. So the problem with untimed for the captain are the fact that his heavy chits are all pretty crap in terms of times, right? 5s and 6s. So if he has a medium star and you're trying to generate heavy star damage, he's doing it at a time 5 or 6. And usually that's not great. So let's make camera 1. Let's make camera 5. And we'll do just like that. And then camera 6 over here. So we are mostly set up. We could probably use the event bucket there. So here's our event bag. I think that's it. I think we're ready to go. Except we need cards. Oh, he needs to start somewhere. Well, I mean, I think we're going to start. Really, our choices are the soldiers. We're going to probably have to find this to get to the mountain. So 1-5 is sort of critical. Otherwise, I think I'm just going to start at the guardhouse, as we often do. And I will get a widget there for those of us, myself included, with old eyes here to but we could totally use a lighter, more vibrant tint on that. There you go. I don't know that that looks necessarily any easier on the eyes, but that's where we're at. So what we need to do first now is cards, and then we will get to the game. So I'm going to give these a shuffle or two. So yeah, a better weapon would help. The mace is probably the best weapon for the captain, in that, because you get an M3, which then lets him do heavy damage at a time 3, which is pretty darn good. The other option would be a medium, and then you're doing heavy star damage, but at a time of 5 or 6. So don't love it. Don't love it. The other thing we have to pay attention to is his move chits. You'll notice he has no heavy moves, so no armor bigger than this, no weapon bigger than a medium. He can get away from most of the big creatures, so that's good. But he's not great at getting away from, he can't get away from goblins, right? There's a whole host of things he can knock him from. Serpents, goblins, wolves, spiders, bats. Like, he's in a little bit of a rough zone because he's not the strongest fighter and he can't get away from a lot of stuff. The Amazon has a little bit of that going for her also. What the captain does have is extra phases in a dwelling and 1 die on higher rolls, and that is good. And if he does happen to get his hands on a bow, he subtracts 1 from the rolls. He's not an ambush archer, though, because he can't run from stuff. So typically, you still want guys. You still want some dudes. So, okay, let's draw our cards. We shuffled. Let's draw our 3 cards. We can explore the borderland. Thief, into phase with unfriendlies, and sacrifice. Take a treasure to one of the holy sites of the game and sacrifice it. Man. We're going to get rid of Thief because we're not actually unfriendly with enough. Explore the Borderlands is great in that it will give us 2 points ultimately. We're going to keep Sacrifice for sure. I'm going to get rid of Explore the Borderland. Hope for something on this side of the map. Merchant, buy an item in one place, sell it in another. That's a great one for the captain. And then Mountain Pilgrim, end of phase in the mountains the ledges, and the cliff. That's actually not bad. So we're going to keep those 3 cards. So we have Sacrifice, so 1 treasure at a holy site, Merchant, buy in one place, sell in another, and Mountain Pilgrim, and that is Mountain, Ledges, Cliff. So the nice thing about Merchant here is we are friendly with all the garrisons. So we could buy something at the guard and sell it at the soldier. Now, the only problem I have, by the way, is that I should have started the damn soldier, sold it at the guard, had double the had a ton of cash, then I could have hired. So I think our first goal is going to be exactly that. We are going to buy something from our friends at the guard. We are going to run up to the soldiers to turn it in, run back to the guard to hire them. It only takes a couple days to get from here to here, 3 days, let's say. So that's 6 days. So it's probably a week there and back, at least. And then once we do that, I would take care of Mountain Pilgrim. Now, in the meantime, who the hell knows what's in these 3 hexes? We'll see. Let's get the events out, and then I think we are ready to go. So these get a quick shuffle also. I'm pretty excited about that second draw of cards, because I think they do play into the map and the captain's strengths there. So the first event is the Lost Warlock, Missing Person, not my favorite, and the Rift, also not my favorite there. So let's find the Warlock. So there's our buddy, the Warlock. We will increase him a little bit like that. And Missing Persons. Somewhere we have saved a missing person bag. There we go. It's a random order. So we got 4 chips right there. Let's tint them maybe bluish. Nope, that's dark. Everything's dark. Better. I don't know that that shows up any better than it was, strangely enough. Maybe that does? Nope. Okay, forget it. Forget it. That was all a bad idea. That's about as good as you're going to get. So we got the Warlock, we have Missing Persons, and now we have the Rift. So we have these 3 things to place. So why don't we do that? Let's get the Warlock first. Warlock's easy. 8, 4. So 8 is the ledges, 4. So ledges, 4, right there. So there's our Lost Warlock. Let me write these. Lost Warlock, Missing Person, and Rift. Okay. The Rift only appears certain tiles. So mountain, ledges, high pass, cavern, crag. Let's roll which tile first? 2. So the ledges again. Ledges 2. So the ledges has all this stuff right now. And then we need to generate 4 rolls for Missing Person. So 4, 3 is Cliff 3. 1 clue. 8, 3 is Ledges 3. Jeez, oh man. Okay, that's cool. 7, 3 is 7, 2 is High Pass 2. And then 4, 6 is Cliff 6. So I would argue that as far as event and card draws go, that may be the best placement I have seen in these solo rounds. Everything's in a cluster right there. So let's see if we can't. Now, don't get me wrong. The Warlock and this guy is going to be a hard. These are not easy to get to, but this one is not hard to get to, and neither are these two. So I think that's pretty good. But I don't think it changes our initial plan. Our initial plan is to buy something here, sell it here, return to here, hire these guys, then head south and east. So I think the captain's going to do that part alone, I think, unless it all goes awry. So I think the first thing we're going to do is extra trade phase, since we have an extra phase in the dwelling. I mean, don't even think you need to hide. I don't think anyone else shows up at the guard other than the patrol, which you still like. So I think we do maybe 2 trade phases. Then I say we hide, and then I say we move into the pine woods just to see again what is there. And let's go to. That's only 3 of our phases. Let's trade one last time in case we need to. There, done. So we're gonna have 3 trade phases to buy the thing. So let's take a quick look here. Let's roll 3. So we got goblins, ogres, wolves, etc. The patrol's going to show up. So we are ready for day 1. And we are going to, first thing first, trade. Elven slippers and deft gloves. Neither of those are terrible. We are only friendly, so let's see what prices we can actually get. Let me, first off, which I haven't done, let me move that. Let me increase the size of this. Okay. What prices can we get as friendly? Well, we can get down the price times 2, keeping in mind that we only have $10 to start. I would love to try to buy and I mean I could buy an axe and sell the axe. Let's try to get price times 2. So let's go for the elven slippers at a $5 shot. Let's look for a 3, 2, or a 1. Nope, that's 1 roll. Nope, that's 2 rolls. 3, price times 2. So we are going to start with $10 minus 10, and the elven slippers, which we can not possibly wear because we are too darn heavy, but the elven slippers are ours. And that is going to fuel our merchant aspirations. So I'm going to put that in my notebook. Elven slippers at 10 gold. So we will sell them for 20. elsewhere. So those are our trade phases. We are now going to hide. And we do. And now we flip this. It's the large campfire. Large campfire appears in clearing 4. And is anyone there? No, no one is there. I mean, that's good in the sense that it's good to know where that thing is. We don't love anyone there. I think so who can show up? The Bashkars, we don't like them. Lancers neutral. The company also neutral. So that's day 1. So I think for day 2, we are going to hide 2 times, move and move into the ruins. I think ruins 2. I think is where that's going to go. Let's take a quick look. Yeah, so we're going to go up and over, and we're going to end up in ruins 2. So day 2, let's get a roll. 4, so giants and trolls. So there we go, 1, 2, and we are there. We do have 2 hides. Fail, that's 1 fail. And 2 is a success, so we are good there. And let's see what's there. Stink, so that's going to draw. And the Lost City in 3. So Stink is immediately going to draw, not giants, actually, trolls, because it's cave. And we are going to draw Lost City chits into here. So that does allay our fears that nothing's going to be here. It's just now, are we going to be able to get through all this? Holy sheesh. Oh my gosh. So it is all treasure sites all day. Okay. Okay, that. Oof. That's fine. And we're not dead in the water yet. But one thing to realize is, normally, had I seen this, I might run back to the guard, grab the guard, kill everything in here, loot everything, and then move on. Having said that, we're going to have to make a run through the whole thing to get to here to sell and then get back. So, the best laid plans. That's fine. It's all good. This makes it interesting. I think we're going to avoid these trolls being alone. And I think we're going to just end up here in the valley 2. 1, 2, 3. Or, yeah, I don't love either of those moves. Because we can't just go, right? We have to go 1, 2, 3. We can go 4. We don't have to hide. And then we go 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 4. So, okay. So I'm going to go and I'm going to move into... or do we want to see what's in the deep woods? That's the question, right? So I would say we do. So I would say we're going to hide once and then move deep woods. Now, you know what? We're going to have to. So we're going to move, and move into the valley. So we're going to do this effectively. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to end up in valley 2. Let's see what the roll is for day 3. 2, serpents and demons. I don't think it's going to, because we're going to end up, we're going to end up 1, 2, 3, 4. Done. Next day, we're going to hide and we're going to move, and move into the deep woods. I don't know the exact number. 6, deep woods 6. That's on day 4. We're just trying to get to the house. So we need a monster roll. I am hoping for a 3 maybe. No, 4. That could draw on top of us. So we're going to end up here. And the question is, are you hidden when you end up there or not? And we are. So that's cool. And then what ends up in here? Lost Castle. No, Slither 3. So that's good. This is sort of a dead tile to us. We don't care about. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to end up in Bad Valley 2 on day 5. VB 2, I think. 4, 2. I don't know. Where am I going to end up? 2, yeah. So let's get another roll here. 3, so more goblins, wolves, ogres, etc. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Done. And that means on day 6, we can move to the house. We get an extra trade phase, so our trade phase is going to go. We should theoretically pop merchant. And then don't get me wrong, you can definitely utilize these guys. And the soldiers cost $10 instead of 12. So on a good note, you could start immediately. So on this side, these guys are the same. On this side, so these guys are equivalent. It's just the rest of these aren't as good. Oops. You get one equivalent guy. Now, on the other hand, it's cheaper. It's so. Do you think you hire all these dudes? I'm not sure we do. So we're going to move to the house. We're going to trade. That's going to be our extra phase. We're going to get $20. At that point, we're in good shape to go hire the guard. But we got to make it down there. And it's taken us a week. And I said, oh, a week there and back. Well, yeah, you were dreaming, right? I mean, that's not even close to how much time it took a whole week to get up here. Some of that is just because we were looking for stuff. But 1, 2, 3, 2. It would take you 4 days to get down there. If you could be certain of finding this, that would be great also. The other thing you could do, of course, is you could hire for the explicit purpose of clearing out, say, the layer, maybe the horde. And then go down and then sell and then hire these guys. And you get this short overlap where you have both of them. And then at the end, you would have, then you'd have the guard only. But I think we're going to So we're going to pull our extra trade phase. That's going to get us merchant, and it's going to get us 20 bucks. And then we are going to 1, 2. So we've used one phase to get here, one to trade. We have 3 phases left. 1, 2, 3. And it's going to suck because you're ultimately either going to be unhidden or you are going to be, hidden and then in some awkward place. Unhidden there sounds like a bad scene. Interesting. I'm tempted to hire the soldier just because up there and it would save time. And then we could cut through and go this route, and I would be a little bit better off. Now, mind you, these guys are super vulnerable to say bats and so on because they're just not that tough, and bats are going to show up here. Or no, bats aren't, right? Howl's going to be goblins. These guys are not worried about axe goblins, but all the heavier goblins will start capping them. And actually, the axe goblins will once they flip. I don't like the soldiers. I find the soldiers to be a little dicey. I'm just worried about time. So I think what we do is we go in, we trade once. That's an auto success. I might as well trade one more time to see what's what. And then frankly, I think you move out to get you one step closer. So you end up here. I don't think I want to end up in here because I don't want to deal with these two things, even though they're not super difficult to deal with. So maybe instead you hide and then move to the valley with the ghosts. Right? So you move to the house, you do the trade, you hide, you move twice, and you are effectively here and hopefully hidden. The ghosts will jump you. You cut them down. And then you have the choice of either going the quote unquote shortcut, but you got to find this under the threat of goblins, or you go 1, 2, the long way. And the dicey part about the long way is this is bats, so you actually can't run from any of these guys either. So 1, 2. So you'd have to be super hidden. Oh, and it all gets awkward around here. I might go the short route. All right. Well, we're going to see what's what. First thing. So that's our day 6. We're trying to complete the merchant task. Hey, what's up, East Paladin? Oh, no worries, man. So we got giants and trolls, and we are going to head to the house, and we are friendly with the house, so not an issue to sell to them. So we are going to sell the elven slippers, which we bought for 10 gold. And because we are an aspiring merchant prince here, since we bought these for 10, we auto sell them for 20 at the house. So where's the soldiers here? So we'll flip that over. We'll come over here. We get plus 20 bucks. So that's a good deal for the captain. It is the last game for the first round. So we get merchant. And that's also our first card. So our current score now after 6 days is 1. Yay. So 6 days in, we've scored a point. We would like to hide. We do hide. And then we head here. And this guy is going to, these guys are going to pop onto us. So I don't have to kill them. And I might not. I might just run it. So what can pop in here? So unfortunately, the tremendous troll's the next thing. Because these guys have already showed up. I would love to get down here. And I would love to. So the danger would be something like you hide once, you come down, you fail the hide, the goblins show up. So day 7 is incredibly risky time to actually be going anywhere. That's the one bad thing. So I think for day 7, we are going to move, hide, and then move into the ruins. Move to the lair, effectively. That's going to be our day 7. I want to take my 20 bucks now. And I want to get to that guard. And I want to then pretty much, well, and we got rid of merchant. So that is true. So hold on. So we did get a point. We got envoy. Do a trade phase. Well, that sucks. Okay, so that weirdly changes my day, which sucks. It's going to burn it 2 days actually. How are you this evening? This is all looking vaguely. I don't like how this is playing out here. I like Envoy. Envoy is great. It's an easy one to complete for the captain. It's just it's going to burn a day. That's all. So I'm going to erase this, knowing that I have Envoy on my sheet, and I'm going to move back to the house. Damn it! I'm going to do my trade phase, extra phase trade, and that's going to do half my Envoy. And then I think I'm going to move out again to move to 2. I mean, oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah, I just saw my parents today, so that was nice. brought him some food and hung out and chatted. Came here, lazed around, started this. So that was not an eventful. You probably had a much more industrious day than I did. Oh God, I can't believe that I am fussing over this move so much. So I go to the house, I do my trade. That gets me half of that envoy. I come out. You could stay there in the hopes the patrol show up at the house. Then you could just complete envoy and move on. If they don't show up at the house, that's a little bit of a bummer. They don't have a terrible chance since it's 11:30. They have about a 1/3 chance of showing up at the house on day 7 because we're rolling 2 dice. So I think sure. I mean, hiding twice is sort of pointless, but I tell you what we'll do. We'll do one hide in case the wood folk show up, since they can show up at the house. No, you know what? We'll hide twice. It's unlike I'm going to buy anything. Maybe they have something awesome and I will buy it. But I like to save that cash for hiring the guard. So let's do that. That's my day 7. I'm going to go. I'm going to hang out at the house. Hope to get a 3 going here on day 7. So it's day 7. 3 and a 4 would be a great roll. Nope, a 6 and a 4. Close. That doesn't help me quite how I wanted, but it does draw these trolls off the board, which will clear up the western route to get back home to the guard. So, okay. We head out of here. We go there. We're going to execute a trade phase to see what's what. And I will actually take a look and see what they have, just because why the heck not, right? So the soldiers, we know one of them. I like the shielded lantern a lot. I'm going to roll on the shielded lantern in case I get a really nice cheesy roll here. So I'm friendly with them. Let's get an opportunity. Nope, not quite. Price times 2, $16. I would buy that, but not right now. I gotta save my cash. So I am done. I'm gonna hide 2 times. I succeed. My day 7 is over. And I've done half of my envoy. So I'm gonna put we did soldiers. And then who's the last guy to go, right? Okay. The only thing I regret, the only thing I feel bad about is that I've taken a week to do this. And I've managed to block my way with ghosts. So let's get this rolling. I got 2 things to do. One is events, so let's get the second 3 events here. Okay. So we got Lost Warlock, Missing Person in the Rift. And for week 2, and maybe this changes your disposition, a Goblin Horde, a Bat Bounty, and a Spider Plague. So we got a bunch of goblins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. So we'll put the goblins right there. We got spider plague. How many spiders, you might ask? Just 2. 1 and 2. And where are these things? So we'll do the goblins first. The horde is 10-1. Ruins 1. Well, that's sort of awful. And the spider plague. 5-5. Crag 5. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's see. Well, I suppose I still want to get. I suppose I'd still rather hire the guard. Suppose I'd still rather hire the guard than the soldiers. Just because I feel that the soldiers are pretty clunky overall. A little too slow for the damage they do. So I think we're still going to try to make it. 1, 2. But man, that's a long trip alone. With crawling with goblins. We can get to here in a day. Here in 2 days. Here in 3 days. Here in 4 days. So in 4 days we can get back. We'll have them hired in 5 days. But we won't have done much, unfortunately, at that point. So I say we do it. So let's get it done. So extra in the house. Then we're going to move, and we're going to end up in the deep woods. That's our goal today. So we're going to use our extra phase in a dwelling, and we're going to use it there, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to try to get to here. So we're going to try to really move on day 8. So let's get day 8 out the door here. Stop twiddling around and worrying about it and just get it done. 3. So goblins, ogres, wolves, etc. So first thing is, are we hidden or not? Because that determines whether we get stopped right at the. Nope, we're not hidden. Son of a bitch. So we're gonna get stopped right there. And 2 ghosts, not a huge deal. 2 ghosts is not a big deal. It's a little bit of a hassle. But I think time-wise, we just need to get moving on this here. So we're gonna. It could go horribly wrong at this juncture. So that is true. And the ghosts actually are sort of a shitty deal for me if I am not start this battle hidden, and so on. So I think maybe we fatigue this. Well, we burn this. That's fatigues, and we have to run. Oh, God. Okay. Well, this is turning into a little bit of a mess here, huh? So we are there. So we have to move to hide again. Move 4. 1, 2. Well, 1, 2, 3. 4 is as far as we can get. All right. Well, we're gonna try. We're gonna try to doggedly get this happening here. So we got a 5 spiders and imps. We're gonna move to there. We are hidden, and we end up here. And we do get to pop this and see what it is. It's bones. So that's ogres. 1, 2, 3, 4. We don't want to be too rough. We want 1, 2, 3. So I think we're trying to run through. 2, 3. Yep. We are trying to run through this little mess here. I just feel like I have wasted time, but let's get it done. 1, 2, 3. So we're gonna get to Deep Woods 4. Hide and then move, move, move. Deep Woods 4. That's our goal on day 10, I believe. Is it 10? Yeah, it's 10, right? Because 8 was the mess. Yep, 8 we got blocked. And we got a 1, so we got dragons popping. That's gonna make a mess at Slither, so okay. Let's hide first. We fail. We go 1, 2, 3. So we are there unhidden. And then Slither M brings this guy to there. We will certainly have a lot to kill once we do what we need to do. So we're going to have to hide and go 1, 2, 3 again, and then we're finally able to potentially make a move. So we're going to hide and go 1, 2, 3. We could hide twice and go 1, 2. And then that lets us next turn go 1, 2, 3, 4. But if we can get to here, then 1, 2, 3, 4, we're in. So I think I'm going to take the risk and then go 1, 1, and 1. And that's going to move us to, well, I don't even know. I should look at that before. I want to go 1, 2, 3, Deep Woods 2. That's my goal. So day 11. 6, so bats. That's not ideal at all. We are not hit, so we are screwed. So we end up here with a bat, and that is the problem. So definitely not where we wanted to end up. That was the worst of all possible worlds right there. We can't kill the dragon. So no matter what, we're going to have to end up running. And this bat is going to shred us. And the dragon can probably shred us. So this all sucks really hard. Okay. I mean, obviously the first goal is kill this guy. Then we can run from this guy. Unless he flips, in which case we're sort of screwed. So nothing is going to stop. We have to play an M4 to just not be hit by the dragon. So that's where I would like to start. I'd like to protect at least one of my items here. And then we can play pretty much any. So we're hoping for a 1/3 chance to pop that back. This is not the best. Not the best at all. All right, so 1 and 3, and we can at least get out of this. Oh, no, not going to, of course. So everybody flips down at least. Does the bat flip? He does. It doesn't help me, but he does. Does the dragon flip? He does not. So he misses. He hits me. He bangs the shield once, and I'm going to wound a chit. I'm going to wound that chit. And we are mostly going to start again. Yeah. 1. So that's good news. The bad news is he's going to bang me one more time there, right there. He's going to smack that shield, the helmet up, because he hits first. He is faster. And then we do heavy damage, kill him. The dragon misses. So that is at least lucky to that degree. Then we're going to play this and fatigue and get out of dodge. So we killed 1 bat. That's 3 prowess. We did damage some of our crap, which sucks a little bit. The dragon remains on the space. And we have to run out, which sucks a tiny bit simply because you do end up in this weird spot there, but we only fatigued a chit and wounded a chit. So it could have been worse. Okay. So we're going to move 5. It did hurt. Move 5. I'm going to hide 2 times and then move back into the dragon space. But I got to get hit at this point. The worst part that hurts is 1 more day. 1 more day. What is the monster roll today? It is ogres, wolves, goblins, and octopi. We move out. Are we hidden? Yay, we're so hidden. And then we move back in. We are done. And then the last 13, we're going to move, and move into the pine woods. And that's going to be our day 13. So this sucked. I think I... And we end up here, unhidden. And then finally, on day 4 frickin', we're going to move to the guard. I'm going to execute my trade phase, which will give me envoy. That's an extra phase. Then we're going to hire 3 times. So I should be scoring on. So this is day 14. We're going to get some stuff off the map and maybe some stuff on the map. 1 and 5. So we got dragons and spiders. So this dragon actually comes off the map. We walk into there. We're going to execute a trade phase with the guard, and we are going to sell the guard the shield for $5. So I'm going to put that over here as sort of a little dead pile to remember that I'm down $7 with gold because I'm not going to have that. But that's only worth 5. So that's plus 5 gold. So we did that. And then we execute some higher phases. So we are friendly with the guard. We only roll 1 die with higher phases. And we are looking for a 3, 2, or 1. 3. Price times 2. That is absolutely a higher. And so that's going to give us plus 5, minus 24, which is a total of minus 19. And we have hired the guard until the end of the game. We pop Envoy for our second card. We've scored 2, and we're going to make the rogues. So that's done. The rogues are friends. Might as well. And that's Envoy. And then we draw a card, and we get Big Game. Kill a tremendous creature. Well, kill a creature, pick its size, effectively. And then return to a dwelling to score it. And I'm going to say, so Envoy, we're going to swap that out for Big Game. I'm going to swap that for medium creatures because I can see medium creatures right now. With this goblin horde. Okay. Does anyone appear at the guard? No one appears at the guard. I think that's the end of day 14. So we are 2 weeks in. We are halfway through. We've only scored 2 points out of the 10 we need to score. I think I vaguely knew that was going to happen when I screwed up, when I decided to make the trek up and back. Had I drawn the cards, I don't typically do that. Maybe I should draw all the cards before you choose your initial dwelling, because I would have chosen to start up here and then do the merchant by coming down to here. And it doesn't matter. We're going to draw for day 15, 3 more events, and then let's see if the captain can score 8 points in the next 2 weeks. So we have the Dead Adventure, the King's Soldiers, and the Fairy Ring. So the Fairy Ring is going to appear in the Deep Woods. Deep Woods 6. We killed a... You know what else we actually did? Oh, wait a minute. Hold the hell on. There's a bat bounty this week. And so we actually scored a bat bounty. And so the nice thing is about that bat bounty is twofold. One is we scored it. And that was right there, bat bounty. So that is actually another point. So we actually have 3 points. And we took an ear, and since we returned to a dwelling, we're actually 5 more bucks up. So that's minus 14. And then we have $6. And I can pull the shield. So I'm going to take the shield back and then bring us back down to 1. Because I sold the shield because I didn't have enough. So I'm going to go back down to $1, but I'm going to take the shield back. So we have the Fairy Ring. And Fairy Ring only lasts a week. So that's week 3. We get a Dead Adventure, which I won't write, and the King's Soldiers. We can still get bats. So we have quite a few of these things lining up. And we do need a Dead Adventurer, so let's get him out the door too. Maybe like everything else, he'll show up in a very narrow band down here. 8-1, Legend 1. He does actually show up in a clunky... So this part of the map is crazy right here. So the King's Soldiers is bring them a weapon or armor, bring them a treasure, kill rogues, bash cars. Right? Kill rogues, lancers, bashkar, woodfolk, or rogues. And you can score multiple times, but only once per category. Now, my rogues are my buds now, so I'm not going to kill them. Could try for the bashkars, could try for the lancers. That'll score me a point. If they show up here. Now, the bashkars are nice because they just can't kill the guard. They're just too weak. The lancers are a bit dicier. They can actually kill the guard. If the bashkars were to show up, they would be incapable of killing the lancers. I would just have to be hidden, and we could let the guard. They're incapable of killing guard. The guard could start cutting them down. So I think, though, what we're going to do... Oh, there's so much to do. I think the goblins... So there are 6 goblins there. We have 3 guys. So that would be 3 dudes on my sheet. On this side, yeah, these guys can't kill him, and on this, so I think we're taking the goblins first. That's our first point here. I think we go up through here, kill the goblins. We find the altar, we search it, we sacrifice to the altar, so that's 2 points. Maybe find this path, come up here, grab some crab. Go up, we can turn in for a 3rd point, King's Soldier, so that can get us, that's our 6th point potentially. All right, that's where we're at. So on day 15, let's start making this a reality here. So on day 15, first thing we're going to do is we're going to take an extra rest phase because we're in a dwelling. So that's going to rest one of our chits. That's easy. Then I feel we're going to 1, 2, 3. So hide and then 1, 2, 3. So we're going to hide, move, and move to the goblin. Or actually, we will play it safe. What if I hide twice and end up at the campfire, and then we can see who appears there? And maybe we get super lucky. Maybe we roll a 5 and it's the bash cars. And so then we have a bunch of these guys running around, and none of them can do more than medium damage. So day 15 it is. Let's get a monster roll for day 15. Let's look for a 5. Of all days, we can get a nope, 2 serpents, demons. Womp womp. Okay. Probably for the best, because then we would have popped. So we're going to hide twice and end up there. So let's roll. Are we hidden? I'm sorry. Are we hidden? We are. They do not show up there. So we are done. That was sort of a wasted day. Now I can rest, hide, move into the goblins. And by the way, my rest, let me take a thing back right there. Done. So we're going to rest. We're going to hide. A couple times hit up the goblins. What do we got? 6 bats. Okay, so day 16. Man, we're going to run out of time here. We're going to rest. We are going to hide 2 times. The first one is a fail. The second one is a success, I hope. It is. And so we are there. And what shows up on a 6? Nothing, because this is a K. So I will rest in a moment here. I'm going to pull that back. And I'm going to drag my buddy sheets. 1, 2, and 3. I'm hidden. I'm going to stay hidden. Oh, these guys are following me. So here we go. And the one dude we have to worry about is this dude. He is the dangerous one of us. So this round, if we were to play like this, he doesn't hit on this side. He would hit us on this side, but we would hit him on this side. And since we are slightly faster, he could hit us on this side, but he has to line up, and we are still faster. So if I play on this side with this guy, then I'm doing okay. And then he can go here, and he can go here, and I don't think any of these guys matter. So he's going to lure 1 to his sheet, and he lures 1 to his sheet. And then these guys all get random assigned, and I'll just roll 3 times and assign them 1/3. So 1 goes here and 1 goes here, and the last one goes here. So I believe playing him here. So if he lines up, we win because we go first. If he flips, we both hit each other, but he's going to go slightly first because he has a slightly faster time and kill that guy. So I think this is an auto win for the guard. Because there's only 1 swordsman. If there were multiple swordsmen, as soon as multiple swordsmen show up, the guard is in danger. So let's see where everyone goes. So first thing is this guy going to stay put. And does he flip or not? He does not flip. So what happens is, and I will put a thing on him and a thing on him. So what happens is these attacks are the same length, but this one is slightly faster, and it lines up and hits this guy and kills him. So he dies on a time 4. Down here, 3. So it looks like these 2 flop. And now it doesn't matter what happens, but we'll roll to flip them or not. It actually matters for us joining in the fight potentially at some point. He does flip. He doesn't flip. The last guy, oops, doesn't flip. So everybody hits him, but it all bounces off because the best they can do is medium damage. Done. Down here, we're looking for a 1 or a 4. We get a 3, so again, these two guys swap, and then one doesn't flip and the other doesn't flip. Yeah, so this is, from here on in, sort of a trivial battle because so we're going to lure one apiece. We do still have random assignment for the rest of them because they're not assigned to characters. He goes down here, actually. It doesn't matter. So this is the first round. So the last round, a guy died. What happens this round? As soon as a guy doesn't die, I have to think about jumping in because I want to get this done in one day. So does this thing flip over? He does not flip over. Next battle. We're looking for a 1/3 chance. 1 or 4. 4. So everybody stays put. Quick flip. No. Quick flip. Yes. He is killed. One or 4. 3. Nope. So these two guys swap. Flip. No. Flip. No. All right. So round 2, again, we indeed have a guy dead. So that's good. Having said that, this is going to be an easy enough time to jump into the fight here. And I think, now mind you, I'm going to fatigue, so that's a little dumb on my part. I'm going to jump here, and my target is going to be the medium. So let me pull, I'm going to flip this, and that'll be my target, as opposed to my guy's target. So I want to make sure this gets done in a day, not in 2 days, because I've already wasted a whole week. So first, 6, he goes down there. Does he flip? No. Second, looking for a 1 or a 4. 2. Nope. So he goes down there. Does he flip? No. Third, still looking for a 1 or a 4. And actually, I want to go here because if I roll a 1 or a 4, I want them all to go, right? 1. Now he actually doesn't. He goes down there. So does the first guy flip? No. Does the second guy flip? And I hope he does not. He does. So that sucks. So I actually miss. This guy does hit his, and he is done. I have to fatigue a fight. I will fatigue a fight. And at this point, I'm going to consider that it's probably not even worth doubling up. So we're just going to go easy. Like that. First roll, 1 or a 4, 1. So he's going to die. I'm not even going to flip him. Second roll, 1 or a 4. Nope. So he's going to be missed. I will roll to flip him just because that might. Yep, he does flip. So he's going to be dead. And then let's see where this guy goes. Because now, 6. He dodges both of us nimbly. Putts. Now we're looking for a. Doesn't matter, right? No, nothing. Okay. Well, we did get another one killed. So, well, now we're going to do the deploy thing. So he's going to be on his own sheet. He's going to be there, and my other guy's going to come down to this sheet like this. And we will do all the things here. So first dude up there, 1 or a 4, 5, not quite. Does he flip? Yes. So that might encourage me to jump up to that sheet next turn. First thing is the goblin. 4, so he's going to stay put. Does he flip? No. Do my guys move? because they both have to roll now because they're no longer on their sheets. He does not move. He moves to here. It doesn't matter. First guy flip, second guy flip. No one knows. So he's going to get intercepted and killed. And now this guy going to come to his own sheet, and we're going to have a whole host of hurting here. So where does he end up? He ends up here. Does he flip? No. Where do the both attackers and defenders appear? 3. So these two guys swap. This guy goes down to the bottom. So they covered all 3, and they are going to kill this guy. They're done. That is worth 21 prowess. That is the Goblin Horde. So that is worth 1 extra card point. That nets him 1 prowess for 20 plus. So there you go. 2 days into the week, and we're up to 5 points. And let's see what we get for the Goblin Horde. There actually is a treasure component to the Goblin Horde, I think. We roll, whoever killed the Sword Goblin, so that's us, rolls a d6. I am so excited. What are we going to get out of this? Probably garbage, but fun goblin garbage. So let's see what it is. So there you go. The guard pays dividends within 2 days. 6. Oh, that's lame. Goblin Totem, a mobile source of black magic. So I made a little note card tiny like this, and it is a Goblin Totem. And it is a source of black magic. Done. And it doesn't really matter. We're going to put it right there. These guys we can delete since they're Horde Goblins. And the Horde comes off the board and out of my little pile of cards here. That took a while. There's some weapons in that list. I was hoping to grab a weapon of some sort. So that is that. That's our day. Day 16, not too bad. So we're now up 5 points. So we're halfway through. So not bad at all. We sort of made up for the. Yeah, it's a treasure. So I get to hold it. I get to keep it. So great if you're like the magician, if you're the witch king. Holy crap, that's awesome. But yeah, so whoever kills the sword goblin effectively gets that. So if multiple players are in there, whoever got the sword goblin gets the extra treasure. They both get a point. Because you just get a point for killing anything in the siege once the siege is cleared. Or the horde, I should say. So, okay, what are we going to do? So I think what we do now is we're looking to... So we also got big game because we did kill a medium creature. But we have to return to a dwelling. So what I am going to do is I am going to move to the campfire. I'm going to do an extra hide phase that I'm in a dwelling. That's going to turn in a big game. I'm going to move back to the altar. Then I'm going to search 2 times. My guys are going to hide once and search for the altar. So I'm going to leave turn in big game. They're going to search as best they can, trying to find the altar. So let me actually. So the worst part is now it. So the bummer is it now matters who goes in what order. Let me pull him onto the board. And I hate to say it, I'm just gonna roll. I'm not gonna pull chits or whatever. I'll just roll. On a 1, 2, 3, the captain goes first. On a 4 or 5, 6, his guys will go first. So we've written day 17. 2. So serpents and demons. So we are going to see the tremendous demon pop out. So do I go first or do my boys go first? 1, 2, 3, the captain goes. 4, 5, 6, the boys go. So the boys are going to hide. And they do. So he will be hid. We'll denote that by flipping him. He's going to locate 3 times to try to find the altar. So first, nope, that's a fail. So that's 1. 2 is a fail. 3 is a success. So he finds the altar. Now we will share that once we can. And then the tremendous demon pops. And we are going to move down here. So we move down. We hide. That, oh, by the way, we do turn in big game. So we tell the story, right? We tell the tall tale of killing all the goblins. I don't know that that actually gives me anything more. Oh, I get a VP, and I get to roll for a piece of armor, effectively. So I can pick a light or medium piece of armor. I'm going to pick medium, of course, and I roll a 1 die to see what it is. It is a 6, a breastplate. So that doesn't help in terms of filling out my armor, since I got 2 damaged pieces. But whatever. It's $9. So that doesn't suck. That also burns a card. And I will draw another one. A gray sword. Sort of useless. And I'm not going to have this very long, this gray source, by the way. That's tomorrow that I get it, though. So I'm going to hide and then move back to the altar. So let's see if I am hidden. That will change my decision making. Yep, so we're hidden. And we flop on in there hidden. And then we are going to also search twice. And I'm going to try to loot the altar. There's 4 treasures in there. So we meet up with our guy and whisper. Nope. And yes, we get the 4th treasure, which is the 6th item in the pile. It is the Sacred Grail. And that is very cool, really. That is very cool. Now we got to figure out, and I think that's it. I don't think anything else appears because it's 2 serpents and demons. So now we have to determine whether this guy is fightable or not. The problem is he's going to hit someone, and he's going to kill him in 2 rounds, effectively. We are effectively banking on three chances to hit the guy and effectively a 30% chance of so we're going to have we're going to have 2 rounds to kill him before he kills our guy. On round 1, he hits, and he powers of the pits. And for the most part, we should be okay. Because I'm still hidden. We will effectively play, if you take a look at how we're going to play this, right? We're going to deploy. So everybody is going to be on the demon sheet. You're going to have 2 guys flipped like this, and then the demon on here. He's going to hit this guy because he's a time 2, so he's going to hit him. We're going to roll a power of the pit. And then what you're hoping is, obviously, that wherever the demon goes, right, we line up with him somewhere, and then the one guy that lines up does not roll a 6. So you were looking at a 30% chance of not killing him on the first round, and that's... You were looking at let's see, a 1/3 of him escaping here and a 2/3 of him escaping there. So that's a 2/9 chance of escaping. And then a 30% chance of escaping. So 2/9 is 22%. A third of that, you're looking at about a 7% chance of him escaping. Sure. So we're going to put him up for grabs. Obviously, we're all trying to hit this guy. Let's see where the demon goes. The demon's going to swap down to the bottom. Well, no, remember, characters only wound all their medium chits. Now, mind you, that's going to suck, but I'm going to be alive. But yeah, I'd rather not have a terror roll, by the way. So let's see where we end up on both these sides. So we get a 5. So that flops us down, and he gets a 5, and that flops him down. Now we have a 33% chance of flipping. So that was him. That's him. He doesn't flip. And what about him? He doesn't flip. So no one flips. So he's going first, and we have to read Power of the Pit. We could do a 5, I'll forget. 4, Blight. All the target's active chits are wounded. Chits that are already fatigued or show no asterisks are not affected. So he is hit. He is wounded, but doesn't matter. And then this demon is killed. That's 8 more prowess, bringing us to 32. But yeah, terror roll would have sucked. We'd have had a single chit. And then we'd have had to nurse ourselves to health over the course of God knows how many days. So that's interesting. That was day 17. And, geez. Now, what I don't want to show up, to be quite honest with you, is the tremendous troll. We have 1 roll before that happens. So I will probably go with that. I don't want to sacrifice this. I don't want to sacrifice the Grail. The Grail is actually my 6th point. Being a great treasure, it's worth a point. So I'd rather keep it if I could. The other thing you could do, now mind you, this is sort of pointless because I'm already up to 40, though I think next time I'll do notoriety, I'll do prowess like gold. It'll be 30-60. So it'll be a little rougher to get the points, I think. I'm not 100% certain. But I would so take this to the order. Sell it to them for $12 and 50 prowess, because you do get prowess if you sell to the right dude. they would become friendly with me, and I roll 1 die on hires. Oh, by the way, I'm going to pop the gray source and get rid of it. And then I have take cover. So if you need to hide, you hide. Take cover. So that is pretty good. And then I would hire a tremendous freaking warhorse guy. So I do think what we're going to do is we're going to search. We're going to try to bust the altar. And we're just going to go for it for a day. And then we're going to have to move on. And if we burn the altar down, we can peer for this path and figure out what to do tomorrow. I would like to get one more big treasure, and if I can get a large treasure out of the altar, and I think the altar likes big treasures, then we're going to sacrifice it to score the point. So, this is day 18's roll, and let's make a roll. And let's hope for, I don't know what to hope for, actually. 2, serpents and demons. You know what? Perfect. He's dead. So I think that's it, and I think we are searching. So I will do, who goes first? Him or me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I do, so the captain will start looting first. Looking for a 1, 2, or 3. That's a fail. That's 2 fails. That's a success, so I get the 5th card in the deck. The Bejeweled Dwarf Vest. Okay? And then I get, oops. I got 1 more coming. 2 or a 1. Nope, done. Guard HQ, 2 or a 1. That's 1 fail, 2 fails, 3 fails. Come on, I saw something good on there. No, this isn't gonna. 4 fails. So we pulled 1 treasure out of there. And the worst part is it's another great treasure, so it is a point. So it is literally our 7th point, which is nice. That's a good day. I'm going to keep it. I'm going to move away and look for more crap here. So okay. All right. So the problem is we're starting to run out of time, right? We got 3 days, 8 days total. That's fine. I still want to find something to sacrifice. I think I'm going to stay here 1 more day with the caveat that I'm going to try to find this path first and then use remaining ones to try to loot the 2 or 1. So 3, 2 or 1 to get to here, and then 2 or 1. So I think I'm going to repeat the day, especially because it's a pretty safe day for me because the worst that can happen is these 2 trolls show up. Now, these 2 trolls are dangerous for certain, but the guard will still defeat them. Now, this guy shows up, and he is super dangerous to our guys, and we don't like that at all. But that's a different day. So once I get a 4, I have to rethink. So today, because it's safe, we're going to go hardcore at this path and maybe pull another treasure out of the altar if we're super lucky. And then if not, we're going to roll it straight up to the lair and try to do the same thing. And then, frankly, even if we need to hide because something bad happens, we have take cover, which isn't going to save the guard right now because they're not following me. But that's a different story. We'll go cross that bridge when we come to it. Let's roll a monster roll for day 19. It's serpents and demons again. So who goes first? Is it my searches we're wasting? No, it's the guard HQ. So he's going to peer for me. 1, 2, 3 first. No, that's one fail. That is 2 failures. 3 failures. Come on, guys. 4 failures. Nothing. So now I'm going. Success. Done. So we're going to pull that one. And I have no idea. What is Pier 1? It's choice. Yeah, so we're going to clues and paths. So we do get 1-5. Ruins. Perfect. That's our first roll. We get 3 shots at the altar. So 1 and 2. This proves to me miracles can happen. No, that's my second roll. This is my third roll. Bam! Look at that. Top card. Third card in that deck. It is the Lucky Charm. Son of a bitch. Ugh. That's the worst. And we can't activate it today. Ugh. God. 1 die on any table. Literally the best treasure in the game. And I'm like, well, guess it's going on this altar. Ugh. Okay. All right. All right. End of the day, I'm burning it because I'm a dumbass and this is going away. So I'm going to sacrifice it on the altar. It goes away, and we are going to score that point. That will be our 5th card point and our 8th point all together. So not bad. We are rolling, and we completed sacrifice, and that gives us another card here for the last week. Holy shit, we got sacrifice again. Okay, which we can't have 2 of the same card. We would have to discard it, but we can do one after the other. But everything now is a point-for-point trade. So no, not at the moment. So I am going to hide, move to the lair. I'm going to search once. I will have my guys follow me because that's the safe thing to do in this case. So what is our goal? So we have all the points we're going to get for treasures. We don't have gold points. Let me get to this layer first and just see where we end up. Right on day 20. Let's roll a monster roll. Dragon. So he's going to pop. That guy is popping. 2 of them, actually. So that's sort of fun. Let's hide. We don't. So none of us are hidden, and we all waltz up there. And then these 2 guys are going to show up. Now, give me a second, because we have 1 search. So we have 1 locate roll to see if we find... No, we don't. And so we are at the lair with the lair guy, that guy, and then that guy's right there, too. And we're not hidden. That is the worst, actually. That is the worst. Hidden, I'm not concerned about this as much. Not hidden, I'm a little bummed. Because he kills 1 guy for sure. There is no way to avoid him killing one of my guys. Actually, there is. Well, no, I mean, they're, oof, yeah. Okay. How do we do this? Yeah, there's nothing that. So no matter what, he's going to get hit first by by this guy's. No matter what, he's getting hit by this. Hell, I wish I could be his target because I have armor and I'm only going to get wounded by this shit. But I can't be. If we're deploying, this is sort of how we're going. And I can't flip him to a side where he's not auto hit by this. And this is the longest thing in the game. So, longest thing in the battle. So, okay, that's where we're at. Let's roll for the dragon. 1. So the dragon stays there. That goes there. Let's roll for the head to flip. It does not. Let's roll for the guys to flip or move or whatever. He actually goes here. He stays put. He goes down to the bottom. Does that guy flip? No. Does the other guy flip? No. Does the third guy flip? Yes. So first attack is this attack. It is a time 4 and its length of 9, and he's going to kill him with a heavy attack. And then these guys got the dragon. And that's it. That's the battle. And we get 10 and we lose 6. So we actually get 4 plus 4 out of that. And these guys all go to the dead pool. And that's a bummer because I hate losing my guy. I feel personally responsible. This guy's even worse, by the way, although he's a little safer on the M side, right? As long as he doesn't flip, we're good. Does make our lives a little more dangerous. So I think what we're going to do is we are going to hide, search, 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 and then they're going to hide and search, search, search also. On day 21. So we get 2 rolls here. Looks like bats and trolls. So bats and trolls are going to appear. This bat revives, and that is done. Are we first or are our boys first? We are first. So we're rolling to hide. We do succeed at hiding. What is on the ledges? The ledges has a rift, the warlock, it has a missing person clue, and a dead adventurer. So I think, depending on how this layer, first day at the layer goes, I think my next move is to, I can run down, I can go to the mountain, the ledges, and the cliff. That scores me Mountain Pilgrim, so that's a 9th point. And then if I can close the rift, that's a 10th point. So I think I can, quote unquote, win or succeed, right? So I think we're in okay shape there. So I am hidden on this day, and now I search 3 times for the lair. So we have to find, and we do. So we got the lair done. So that is, so we have 2 loots now in the lair. So loot 1 could be 1 die, but it's not. 6 card. 7 League Boots. I like the 7 League Boots. I'm going to put them here for tomorrow. That's the first of the 2 loots. This is my second of my last, and I get the 6 card again. It's a potion of speed. Nice, actually, because it makes a lot of my stuff better than it was by 1 or 2 speed points. Obviously, it's a potion. Is the so then then the trolls appear. So hold on. So let's pull the trolls. So they appear now. And now my boys got to hide. So roll for the boys. The boys hide. So they are hidden. And now they're going to pull 3 treasures out. 4. So they get the 4th. Alchemist Mixture. So that's the first draw. This is the second of 3. That's a failure. This is the 3rd draw. That's also a failure. So we get these. And we're hidden. And now we have to decide what to do with these guys. And I think that's the only thing that appears because it's a 4, right? And a 6. 6s are nothing here. Because bats don't appear in the caves. I think we can take these 2. I think they're auto kills for these guys on this side. Can't undercut. They won't be undercut, but they can't undercut. The worst they can do is they can match up. And if they do, this guy's going to hit first. So I think we're going to go, well, that's yes. Because if he moves down here, he's still not undercutting, right? Because it's 5 and 5. So he has to line up. On this side, doesn't matter what he does. On this side, he must line up. So we're looking to line up on both of these. I'll just move these up because that's silly to have them scrolled all the way down in honor of guard 2. So let's see where this guy ends up. He ends up here. Does he flip? No. Where does this guy end up? We're looking for a 1 or a 4. 3. Nope, he ends up here. Does he flip? No. So that's round 1. If round 2 goes, then it is all, it's quiet, nothing, and the combat's going to end. Now I could throw the Alchemist Mixture. I do want to get one of these because one of them gets me a 2nd prowess point. So I am going to play on this guy's sheet. I'll play right there. Where does this guy end up? We won't have to. No, he goes down here. Does he flip? He does. Where does this guy end up? Lining up. Does he flip? Yes. So up here, he's going to miss. He's going to miss. I'm going to hit with a 3. And then I roll on the missile table, but I get to subtract 1 from both of these. So I'm doing medium, heavy, tremendous damage, because -1 star. Ugh. -3 levels. So that's going to drag me all the way down to nothing. So that was all for naught. So this goes to the Warlock. That bursts uselessly. I'm going to fatigue a chit. Oh, and sacrifice, I should say, actually gave me a copy of a chit. So that's cool. I'm going to take another move. Forgot that. Fortunately, he lined up and killed his guy, so that's good. So we got 1 dead. I'm not going to deploy, because if I deploy, these guys have a chance of getting killed. If they don't deploy, they might not win the battle outright, but they will not die. And so he lines up the next round, and he's going to get killed. So yes. So we did get both of these for 15. That's going to be enough, not 145, but just 15 for my second prowess point. So that's the 9th point as we end the week. So, okay. All right. We are in fine shape. I say and we didn't get anything we want to sacrifice. We do this. So I'm going to do this one more time. Same deal. I'm going to hide and search. The guard's going to hide and search 3 times also. If it goes south, then we're going to use, we can't use take cover unless they're just following us, because they're just going to follow then. I'm going to do the searching. We do get to draw last 3 cards. I would love to get a second sacrifice in, just because it's right here. We got the Peddler appears, the Strong Man, which I'm just going to discard for the last week. We'll do the Peddler, and we'll do the Lost Shaman. So here's the Shaman. We'll put him up there. The Peddler appears in the... Well, hold on. We'll just roll it over here. We'll grab him first. Peddler appears where? Which dwelling? 2. So he appears in the guard. So we could buy off of him. I don't have any money at the moment. 8, 6. Ledges, 6. So the Shaman is lost in the ledges. So literally everybody's in the damn ledges. The Bat Bounty is over. The Fairy Ring is done. Let's actually go. We'll put this up here. So the Bat Bounty is done. The Fairy Ring is done because it's very ephemeral. We have lost Shaman and Peddler. And that's how it's going to look for the last week. So the Fairy Ring is gone. We do have the Peddler. What I'm going to try to do, so I just need 1 more point. So this is theoretically easy. I'm going to draw 1 more time here, 1 more day. If I need to, I'm going to flip with take cover. I don't want to get stuck by the Tremendous Troll. I don't want to fight this dragon. Either one of these shows up and we're out of dodge. I'm then going to run down to the mountain. So that's a day. I'm going to head to here. That's 3 days. 4 days, I hope, to get Cliff. That'll give me Mountain Pilgrim and or the Rift. And that'll be my 10th point and maybe an 11th. And that's how we're going to do the last week here. So for day 22, we are going to we're going to search 3 times in there, hoping to draw a large treasure. Let's roll the monster roll for day 22. 4 trolls. So we're going to hide. We are hidden, so that's good. We're going to search 3 times. These are 3 loots on the layer. 5 is no good. That's 1. Come on. 4 is good. It is the sacred statue. Perfect. We can't get 3 points for gray treasure. So this is the last search. We need a 3, 2, or 1 now, and we don't get it. And then the tremendous troll shows up. And I am not fighting that tremendous troll. So we are all hidden, and we're going to stay that way. And that is our day. Then we're going to move, and move to the altar. And then I think we're gonna also hide just to make sure that we're hidden in case something's prowling. So 1, 2. Actually, we only need 2 hides or 2 moves to the altar. We're going to take 2 moves to the altar, and then I will definitely hide, and I suppose hide again just to make sure, or 1, 2. Make sure that we don't have to take any large treasure. It does say do a quest phase, which I neglected to do the first time. So I'm going to burn a phase today to do that. And I'll burn a phase tomorrow. So I will burn 2 phases. So that's day 23 is we're going to move. We're going to sacrifice. What is the monster roll on day 23, you might ask? Well, it is a 4. So more for controls. That troll is following us around. So we're going to go here. We're going to roll to hide. Our guys are following these, by the way. We're not separating right now. We are all hidden. We're going to do the quest phase. Quest phase is going to burn the sacred statue. That's going to get us another sacrifice. That's another point. And I think that's going to be 10. Take that over 1. There we go. So that is going to score our 10th point. So we have won, quote unquote, as the captain. We've gotten our 10th point. We also get another boon from the gods, and that boon from the gods is going to be another chit. So we actually have 14 chits now. We have leveled up hardcore here. So on day 24, what are we going to do? Well, we're going to try to score Mountain Pilgrim. We're going to walk, walk, walk. So walk to the mountain. So we're going to do 3, move, move, move to mountain 4, and we're going to hide there. And that's going to give us a phase in the mountain tile. Let's roll. 2 serpents and demons. We're just walking right out. Are we hidden or not? And now these guards are just, oh, nope, we're not hidden. Let's see what's here. Stink and the Lost Castle in 1. I'd almost rather have not found the Lost Castle if you know what I mean. Vault in 3. roar in 6, patter 5, flutter 2, because no good can come of this, by the way. Slither 6. What was the monster roll? 2, serpents and demons. So we are unhidden. Nothing's going to appear on us, but Slither is going to draw these 2 guys. Oops, that's 1. Let's get 2 of them. But I think that's okay. We're going to leave. So I'm going to cross mountain off of our pilgrimage. We have worshipped at the base of the mountain. And I'm going to go move into the ledges and just waltz right into the ledges using take cover if I need to. And that's on day 25. So we're going to burn that take cover here if this roll is going to indicate more flippin' trolls. Well, the nice thing is giants in the legends. Nice thing is I'm not as concerned about giants, except for this. That is a killer. So let's just see what happens. We're going to go there, and we're going to flip this. It is spiders and the shrine in 4. And since so shrine is down there with the warlock, that's what he's studying, of course. But now we've popped the ledges. So we have done 2 of the 3 places we needed to go. So the next thing is we're, of course, going to pop through the rift. I'd rather not engage with the rift at the moment, I don't think. When you end a phase in the clearing, you roll to determine what is that week's guardian, and it could be any number of things. Could be 2 to 3 bats, or 3 to 6 sword goblins. So ultimately, we're going to have to hide up here first, because I don't want to go in there without hiding. Of course, it could just be that we take cover. Oh, we did sacrifice. Technically, we get a card. I don't think I care. Loot the pool, deep diver. So that's fine. Don't care. I think we're gonna. So we're down to our last few days. I think we're just gonna blow through. I think we're going to move, and flip this. We can't flip it this. We have to do it tomorrow, essentially. And we're going to use move into the rift, then move to the cliff, and then move again to the missing person. We'll use take cover to cover us. And that's day 26. So let's roll it, see what's what. 6, so it's bats first. But then once we go here, we have to roll again anyway. Let's see what the rift has for us in terms of guardians. And the rift is a 1d6 roll to determine what the guardian of the rift is. It is 6. Ugh, volcanic gases. We have to wound 1d6 chits. So we're going to take this and we're going to wound 4 chits. 1, 2, 3, and 4. But that's that. And then we go here and here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Flip this. It is nothing. And then smoke and howl. So howl in 4 and smoke. And that's bats. So nothing's going to appear. But we have completed Mountain Pilgrim. And so Mountain Pilgrim is going to give us a point, which is nice. And I don't know what else. Anything else? At this point, it just doesn't matter. But so we're gonna get, yeah, 1 point, and we get Mountaineer. The first mountain clearing entered costs only 1 move instead of 2 in a given day. So that is worth a VP, and it's probably not going to matter otherwise. So we get, oops. Well, it's move, 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 and move into the cliff. Technically, we couldn't have flipped that, and we do need to burn quest phases, so that's my fault. We did get, so I'm actually ahead 2 phases, unfortunately. We did score Mountain Pilgrim. And now, even though it's not going to matter, we are in Mountaineer. First mountain move, first mountain clearing costs 1 move instead of 2. That's our 7th card, which means that is our 11th point. Now we get pub crawl. Again, I'm gonna just burn it there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna burn my 2 quest phases that I needed to burn anyway. And then we will search and search for this thing here. My boys will hide, search, and search to try to find us this path. On day 27, what is the monster? It might matter. Dragons, so it actually does matter. They're going to come. So I am doing my 2 quest phases, and then I'm locating to try to 3, 2, 1 this path. It doesn't. Hold on. And I went first, not deliberately because I forgot, but these guys appear. So my boys are going to hide, and if they fail, they're blocked. They don't fail, so they're going to search 2 times also. 3, 2, or 1. They do, so they find it for us. So I'm not hidden, so I'm going to just take cover to hide. So now we're all hidden. So we found Cliff 3-6. And then, frankly, my guys are going to follow me. I'm going to move up to 6. I'm going to do the quest phase to try to pop the last missing person thing. And the worst part is, I don't even think it matters unless I drag it back to a dwelling. So this is more just... The only other thing I could consider is... Well, I'm not going to enter that rift clearing again. Wounding 1d6 is a disaster, so I'm not going to do that. But yeah, I don't even know if I can close out missing person. That's the worst part. Yeah, a garrison. So they become their god. So it's not even worth it to go up there and do that. So frankly, I'm just going to walk out and be done for the day. So that's my game. That was I'm not sure how I feel about that game. Like, that was good. He did well. I feel I wasted a lot of time early just moving back between the guardhouse and the soldier. I wish I would have thought that out better. But it just so happened that I got a ton of those quests, right? The merchant wants you to go back and forth. The envoy wants you to go back and forth. I mean, once we sort of burned, if we look at his scoring chart, once we burned that first week and a half, then we scored every couple of days. We just burned through and scored, scored, scored. So that was good. So I would say that definitely, yeah, definitely his second week was but his third and fourth week was, and that's a lot of times because once you get the third and fourth week, you can see what's going on the board, right? You know where you're supposed to go now. And he had the guard, and the guard will win you a lot of fights. The guard wins you the bats, the guard wins you the little trolls, the guard wins you the goblins. Um, it's not as great against giants. It's definitely not great against the tremendous dragons because they're fast enough to hit. But the guards, what do you want to say? Oh, and I had an extra move too. So there you go. I totally fucked up the last week or so because I could have moved a little more, and that probably makes up for these extra quest phases that I forgot. So all in all, it's like free lunches. You get as many as you give in your lifetime. So don't worry about it when deciding when to buy someone lunch. That's how I can do work at lunch. Am I going to pay for this lunch, or is someone? No, I'm going to pay because you give as many as you get typically over the course of your lifetime. I suppose the only things that I would have, yeah, I think he did fine. I think the way the maps worked and the quests worked, I think he did okay. He scored a bunch of prowess. He scored a bunch of cards. He got 3 great treasures, but burned one. I think ultimately that was a good outing by the captain. So if we take a look at the big scores, and I will get my editable chart here. The captain has 1 game under his belt. He scored 7 points in cards, 2 points in prowess, 2 points in great treasures. That's a total of 11 points. That's going to put him in 3rd place. Just ahead of the dwarf, and a half point behind the Black Knight. So after 1 round, those are our scores. I almost want to give the White Knight a redo, but I'm not going to. I take full responsibility for that. Those are our scores. I thought these were actually really fun. And I'll admit I even vaguely think there probably were more fun overall. They were more fun than even the 4 character games, primarily because these really seem like a deadline, right? A race against time. The other ones didn't quite seem like a race against time because you were effectively just trying to score more points than the other dudes in your cohort. But these really felt like, can I get 10 points in the time allotted? Now, mind you, it doesn't matter. The Amazon doesn't lose. She still scores 9.5. Shuffling cards now. But that's sort of my arbitrary number, right? Is 10. 10's you did good, you won. It's funny, it's what? It's almost 50-50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's 50-50. Do you score more than, less than? So that's sort of cool to see that. Are the characters the ones I would have expected to score more points? Good question. I expect the wizard to do well with the flame sword game. I think that's a very powerful thing. The Black Knight, I don't know, 50-50 on the Black Knight. The captain, yes, I expect him to score 10 points because the dwarf, again, 50-50. Woods Girl, I expect to be able to score because she can run from everything. The Pilgrim, I don't necessarily expect to score. I think the Pilgrim has a dicey strategy. The Magician, I don't expect to score 10 necessarily, and the Witch King, I don't necessarily expect. So a lot of characters who are up there. I do expect the White Knight to score. A lot of characters that are up there. I'm a tiny bit surprised by it. I think this does play a little bit on showing which characters are, single strategy, right? I think the Berserker's all about fame and notoriety. The Sorcerer, sort of same thing, and the Sorcerer even plays a different game than we make him play. I don't know. Good question. And no one asked me a question, by the way. I'm literally asking my own questions in my head. I think this is an interesting scoreboard so far. I'm very excited about how it's gone. So what is next? I think what is next is I'm going to take a small, not a break, but I'm going to take a day or two to look back over the rules of the game, the variant. Maybe try to add a spell or two to type 4 and type 6, like we talked about in the comments of the Sorcerer vid. And I think I'm just going to look at a couple cards and putts a little bit. And so I'm going to take a little bit of time to play with the rules. Then I think I'm going to go to sort of I'm going to say boring. I hope it's not boring. But I'm going to go back to the other format. And what I'm going to do is we're going to take every cohort of 4, and we're going to break up those cohorts of 4, and that's going to be the matches for next time. So we are going to we're going to break these guys up like this. And run games with 4 folks like this. And then we're going to assign a bonus. You see this column, which is all zeros. He got a -1 because he died. Then we're going to assign a bonus to coming in first, second, third, or fourth place, in addition to the points you get. So these will be slightly more impactful than the solo run, because you could, so let's say you score 10 points, you come in first place. That's going to get you effectively extra 3 or 4 points. I haven't decided yet, right? So for every game, we're going to score the points plus a bonus of either 3, 2, 1, or 0, or 4, 3, 2, 1, with the same penalty for, you do get a penalty for dying. So hopefully no one will die. Then we're going to do one game apiece. So four sessions, each one with these 4 characters in it. And then what I'm going to do, and you can't actually see the cursor because I'm putzing with it over the screen. So, and then what we're going to do is we're going to start thinking about what are the other formats we want to run. Yeah, thanks, man. I think the solo games were fun actually to run. I'll be honest. I think I liked them better than the matches of 4. Simply because there's this weird time pressure, effectively, right? I felt the pressure very much more acutely than than the 4 games. Now, I think, don't get me wrong, because we're going to keep score and these scores are going to persist, and we're persisting these until at least the end of the year. And I don't know if you're anybody watching this might be groaning, going, "You're going to play this shit for 4 more months," and the answer is, I think so. I might try to mix some other things in on the YouTube channel for giggles, but I'm still going to play. Mostly, this is going to be Magic Realm all day. Might as well have, I want to die and someone go, "What the hell was this guy doing?" when they look at my internet, my crappy internet legacy. So I do think that the matches of 4 might be interesting too, because since we're going to persist the scores, you still have that pressure to score. Like, so even if, the elf's ahead, let's say the elf scored 7 points, but he's ahead, it's fine. He's going to win his match, and in the tournaments, he moves forward. But the simple fact of the matter is, in this format, he wants to keep scoring. He definitely wants to keep scoring to try to roll up on this scoreboard. But then I got to think of what else can we do, and I'm largely doing these matches of 4 to sort of buy myself some time to come up with an idea. And there's a couple ideas. One would be to, invoke some kind of PvP gig. What are the possible sort of concepts that we could come up with that still fall in the Magic Realm bucket, right? Could you do something like a King of the Hill? Or could you do something like the first to find certain spots, right? Something like some wacky, more of a race kind of thing or whatever. I don't know. It's a good question. So I don't know what we're going to be doing. I know what we're going to be doing for the next 4 sessions. And really, if you've seen these, you're probably playing a week at a time again. So you're probably doing 16 sessions of these games. Because once you get to the 4 players, you're probably talking a 4-hour game at that point again. So I'm probably going to, I'm going to spend that time and think about what else can we do? Can we do anything wacky? Can we do teams? Can you do anything that sort of mixes it up a little bit? And I'll have to play test some of those, especially if we change up the rules at all. Yeah, so don't get me wrong. One of the things is those are long sessions, right? Once you get multiple people in, on tabletop, for instance, typically we play on the table when we play at home. But yeah, I can my boys will play, and I could certainly record one of those. I don't think they mind. And that might be a fun diversion from this Gran Prix kind of form, right? So I'll try to slide one of those in at some point. But those are long. That's easily a 4-hour gig, even if it's only 2 or 3 of us. We're getting a little better, but there's always some wackiness with either connections or wackiness with fussiness with counters and so on and so forth. So it's usually a little bit of a slower rate. So that's it. We have run 16 games over the course of 90 minutes to 2 hours a game. A lot of interesting moments, I think, with the swordsman had a great moment. Um, White Knight had a terrible moment. The wizard had just an all-out great run. The magician, I think, was cool because it sort of squeezed it out at the last second there. So actually, quite a few sort of nice calls there. So I think, what time is it? 10:30. So I think that we're going to call it for the night. East Paladin, thanks a lot for watching and commenting and everything. I do appreciate it. Like I said, um, I would probably be playing these anyway, but it would be way lonelier. So, um, I've said it a lot of times. I play and post things on the internet largely to just feel like I'm having a conversation, sort of while I'm doing it, as opposed to just playing in silence in my room alone. And it does make it a lot more fun. Um, the comments have been sort of great. Some of the discussions on some of the characters and stuff. And it seems that over the course of the past 2 months or 3 months or so, we've drawn a lot of folks to the game, and that's fun. So hopefully, we'll keep that up. Thanks a lot, man. I'll talk to you. Anyone else watching, thank you. And we probably in a couple days with the first of 4 matches. And I think we'll do the Lobies first. I think we'll do the Lobies first and see how they fare. So the White Knight, Berserker, Elf, and Swordsman. The White Knight is looking for redemption, as is the Berserker. He had sort of a bum run. Let's see how they do. All right, guys. Thank you very much.